The film opens with a woman named Lily waking up from her sleep. Lily is a young widow who works at a museum. As usual, before heading to work, Lily takes some time to go jogging to keep herself healthy. On her way to the office, she always carries a few cups of coffee to share with her friends for free. When Lily meets her boss, Michelle, she shows her a man on a dating app who is looking for his soulmate. Lily declines the matchmaking, but Michelle never gives up. She constantly encourages Lily to find a man to replace her late husband, who passed away 3 years ago. It was revealed that Michelle wants Lily to marry before her skin starts to wrinkle like hers. However, Lily doesn't pay much attention to her boss's advice. For now, she isn't thinking about finding a replacement for her husband because she feels content on her own. Lily begins her workday by opening a package the museum received. As she unwraps the painting inside, Lily and her colleagues are shocked to see that the face in the painting bears an uncanny resemblance to Lily. They immediately try to find out who sent it and where it came from, but there's no evidence to trace its origin. They start to suspect that the painter might be someone who secretly admires Lily. Curiosity begins to consume them, especially Michelle, who even stays late at work to investigate the painting's origins. Lily, too, continues her search at home, scouring the internet for clues. Over the phone, Lily tells Michelle that the person in the painting might just look like her. But Michelle is convinced that the portrait is Lily, pointing out that the eyes and facial features are identical. Besides, according to research, only 1 in a trillion people on Earth might share the same face. The next day, Michelle visits Lily at her home and tells her that she and Kate have managed to trace the painting's origin. It was sent from a small town in Ireland. As a result, Michelle urges Lily to go to Ireland to find the painter. At first, Lily refuses, citing her work responsibilities, but Michelle, as her boss, grants her permission and even hands her a plane ticket for that very day. Reluctantly, Lily sets off for Ireland. Upon arriving, Lily rents a car and drives to her destination. Along the way, she becomes so focused on adjusting her GPS that she almost hits a cyclist, causing him to fall. The cyclist, William, is furious. He yells at Lily for not stopping, especially since his bike is now damaged from swerving to avoid her car. Frustrated, William drags his broken bike back home. Eventually, the GPS announces that Lily has arrived at her destination. She stops the car and starts looking for the post office. William, still fuming, spots her and approaches with anger in his eyes. But the moment Lily turns to face him, his expression changes, and his anger melts away. William quietly points her in the direction of the post office. Inside, Lily meets a woman named Saoirse, who is fixing a light in the post office. At that moment, Lily introduces herself, explaining that she's from America, works at a museum, and has come to find the person who sent a package from this post office. Shortly after, William walks in and is stunned to see Lily there. Saoirse, who hasn't yet seen Lily's face, is puzzled by William's reaction. But when she turns to look at their guest, she immediately understands why William is so captivated. Saoirse quickly shakes Lily's hand and introduces herself. After that, Saoirse notices William's injured hand, a result of his fall from the bicycle. It's only then that Lily realizes the sound she heard while driving was William crashing. Overwhelmed with guilt, Lily apologizes profusely, regretting that her carelessness caused William's injury. Saoirse quickly ushers William inside to tend to his wound. Once inside, both Saoirse and William exchange glances, still in disbelief at what they've just witnessed. Lily bears an uncanny resemblance to a woman William painted years ago. William quietly asks Saoirse to keep this a secret, fearing he'll be seen as delusional if they reveal the truth. After all, how could he have painted someone he's never met? Saoirse nods in agreement and steps back outside to join Lily, inviting her for a cup of coffee and some conversation. As they sit together, Lily shares her story. She explains that she's here on her boss's orders. A few days ago, the museum received a package containing a painting that looked exactly like her. Lily shows a photo of the painting to William and Saoirse. At that moment, Saoirse remarks that the resemblance is striking. It's as if Lily is looking into a mirror. The mystery, however, lies in the fact that the painting bears no signature, no sender's name, and no explanation for why it was sent. They don't even know if the artist is male or female. Unexpectedly, Saoirse confidently guesses it must be a man. As a result, Lily expresses hope that Saoirse might have records of who sent the package through the post office. Their conversation is interrupted when someone calls for Saoirse. After a brief wait, Saoirse and William begin sifting through the handwritten delivery records. No computers here, just old-fashioned pen and paper. Lily shows them the packaging details on her phone, which suggests the package was likely sent several months ago. It doesn't take long for Saoirse to find the sender's name, O'Brien. With this new information, Lily prepares to leave, not wanting to impose further on Saoirse. But Saoirse stops her, inviting her to stay for dinner. Lily accepts, and together they begin preparing the meal. Soon after, over dinner, Saoirse and Lily share stories about their lives, bonding over the unexpected turn of events. Meanwhile, in his room, William digs through his old archives of paintings dating back to his childhood. Among them is a sketch that unmistakably resembles Lily. When Saoirse enters, William shows her the sketch. Both are stunned, unable to comprehend how the woman William painted years ago is now standing in their home. Even more baffling is the fact that the painting Lily received was one William had thrown away 5 years ago. How did it end up in an American museum where Lily works now? In the end, Saoirse is convinced this is fate, a twist of destiny that has brought them all together. During dinner, the conversation turns to the name O'Brien, the sender of the painting. Saoirse and William explain that O'Brien is a common surname in the area, making it difficult to pinpoint exactly who sent it. Saoirse then asks Lily what she plans to do if she meets the person who sent the painting. In response, Lily replies that she'll ask them why they sent it and who the artist is. Time seemed to slip away unnoticed, and soon it was time for Lily to head back to the hotel where she was staying. Before leaving, Saoirse suggested they take a photo together and asked for Lily's phone number. As Lily walked to her car, she took a moment to call Michelle back in America. She updated her boss on the progress of her search. Michelle sounded thrilled to hear that Lily had managed to uncover the name of the person who sent the painting to the museum. After the call, Lily got into her car, ready to drive to the hotel, but to her surprise, the car wouldn't start. Reluctantly, she stepped out and went looking for the nearest repair shop. When she found one, she discovered it only fixed electronics and bicycles. Undeterred, Lily asked them to repair William's damaged bike instead. Back at the house, William spent the entire night compiling a list of residents with the surname O'Brien. With this list, their search would become much more manageable. The next morning, as usual, William set out to deliver packages from the post office. As he left the house, he was surprised to find his bicycle fully repaired. Meanwhile, Saoirse headed to a nearby park. There, she spotted Lily asleep in her car. Concerned, Saoirse woke her up and invited her back to the house for breakfast. During the meal, William returned and asked who had fixed his bike. Lily explained what had happened the previous night. Grateful, William then showed her the list of O'Brien households within a 100-kilometer radius. The list was long, but William had narrowed it down to 27 names whose homes weren't too far from Saoirse's post office. Lily expressed her heartfelt gratitude to both William and Saoirse for their help. But their assistance didn't stop there. Saoirse insisted that she and William would join Lily in her search, as William was familiar with the area and its routes. At first, Lily hesitated, feeling guilty for imposing on them, but Saoirse reassured her it was no trouble at all. And so, the search began. Their first stop was the home of Anne Andre, whose husband bore the O'Brien surname. There, they gathered valuable information about the O'Brien family. Anne Andre even helped them cross off a few names from their list. After collecting the necessary details, they set off again. William and Lily headed to the home of a man named Jimmy, while Saoirse returned to the post office to tend to her duties. On the way to Jimmy's house, William shared stories about the family-owned post office and the deep, enduring love between his parents. He recounted how they had passed away on the same day after 47 years of marriage, their bond unbroken even in death. Curious, William then asked Lily about her own story. Lily explained that she and her husband had shared a loving and happy life, but fate had other plans. He had passed away 3 years ago, leaving her to navigate life alone. Not long after, they arrived at Jimmy's house. Without wasting time, William asked about the painting package, but Jimmy insisted he had never sent anything to America. With that, their first day of searching came to an end. Lily planned to return to her hotel in the now-repaired rental car, but Saoirse offered her a spare room in their home instead. Lily agreed, on the condition that she pay rent for her stay. That evening, Saoirse asked William about his day with Lily. William admitted that being around Lily felt like a dream he'd been waiting for. Saoirse was delighted to hear this and expressed her hope that William would grow closer to Lily, as she had taken a liking to her. Later, Lily brought a blanket to Saoirse's room and complimented her on the cozy, welcoming home. At that moment, Lily confessed she loved the place. The next morning, Lily went for a jog, enjoying the fresh air. They planned to continue their search that day, but first, William suggested they check on his neighbors, as he hadn't picked up his newspaper in days. He wanted to make sure a neighbor named Cleary was doing well. Knowing this, Lily admired William's thoughtfulness and kindness. When they arrived, William knocked on Cleary's door, but there was no answer. Concerned, they decided to enter through the back door. Inside, they found Cleary bedridden, having been ill for several days. William immediately helped her and called a doctor to the house. As Lily assisted Cleary with drinking water, she remarked that Lily and William made a perfect pair. After the doctor arrived, they left to continue their search for O'Brien. One by one, they visited the homes of people named O'Brien, asking if they had sent a painting to a museum in America. Yet, despite their efforts, no one claimed responsibility. Names were crossed off the list one after another until only 3 remained. That afternoon, they took a break at a cafe, sipping coffee and chatting. When a waiter dropped a plate, William quickly stepped in to help. Lily, impressed, asked Saoirse about William's nature. Saoirse explained that William had always been kind and wise, helping those around him since childhood. He was also an artist who loved to paint. Saoirse added that she saw similarities between William and Lily. Lily then asked about William's past engagement. Saoirse revealed that 5 years ago, William had been engaged to an American woman, but she had disappeared without a trace just months before the wedding. Since then, William had shown no interest in finding another partner, unable to move on from the woman who had left him. Saoirse then asked Lily what she would do when she finally met the painter. Lily simply replied that she would ask why the painting resembled her so closely. Saoirse suggested that the painter might be an admirer and that perhaps they were destined to be together. Hearing this, Lily smiled and said Saoirse reminded her of her boss, Michelle, who was always pushing her to find a companion. That evening, William visited Lily's room to show her the notebook documenting their search. Lily asked if William was still willing to accompany her and if he wasn't tired of helping her look for O'Brien. With a warm smile, William replied that he was happy to be by Lily's side during this journey. Since they had been searching for days, they decided to take a break the next day and spend some time relaxing at a nearby park. There, the two flew kites and talked about many things. Lily expressed her gratitude for meeting William and Saoirse, who had welcomed a stranger like her and helped her in her search for O'Brien. After all, she could have been a thief or a fraud, but they had trusted her without hesitation. William, on the other hand, felt as though he had known Lily for a long time, which made him feel comfortable around her. Back at the house, William had a conversation with Saoirse, who admitted that she had told Lily about his talent as a painter, but had kept quiet about the fact that he was the one who had painted Lily's portrait. At that moment, Saoirse urged William to be honest with Lily, emphasizing that a strong relationship is built on trust. However, William was still hesitant, fearing that Lily might leave once she learned the truth. He didn't want to lose her so quickly, as he genuinely enjoyed being around her. Meanwhile, in her room, Lily was on the phone with Michelle. She updated her boss that only 3 O'Briens remained on their list. Lily offered to return if needed, but Michelle insisted she stay. Michelle even teased Lily, asking about her relationship with William, as Lily had mentioned his name repeatedly during their call. At the dining table, William and Saoirse practiced how to phrase the right words to tell Lily the truth, that William was the one who had painted her portrait. But no matter how many times William tried, he couldn't find the perfect way to say it. Just then, Lily entered and invited William to continue their search for the remaining 3 O'Briens. The search resumed, with Lily taking the wheel this time. They visited 2 of the 3 O'Briens, but neither claimed to have sent the painting. Their last hope rested on the final name on the list. However, when they arrived, they discovered that the person had already passed away. Lily was visibly heartbroken and disheartened by the dead end. Seeing her sadness, William took her to a nearby park to lift her spirits. There, William began sketching a portrait of a woman. Lily watched in awe, admiring the beauty of his work. She asked William why he had stopped painting. In response, William explained that one of the reasons was a broken heart. His fiancée had left him without a word, and the pain had been too much to bear. Since then, he had never pursued another relationship. William then asked Lily about her late husband, which Lily shared that he had died in a car accident. Sometimes she still missed his warm hugs and tender kisses. But since his passing, she too had not been in a relationship with anyone else. Shortly after, William showed Lily the sketch he had just completed. It was a beautiful depiction of a woman sitting on the grass, Lily herself. Lily was deeply moved by the painting. As they gazed at each other, their faces drew closer, but just as the moment intensified, rain began to pour. They ran to find shelter. Under the cover of a nearby structure, William gently held Lily's shoulders, brushing her wind-tousled hair aside. Their eyes met, but before anything could happen, William's phone rang. It was Saoirse. She excitedly told them that she had discovered where the painting had been sent from, a church. Without delay, William and Lily rushed to the location. Upon arriving at the church, they were greeted by a nun. She explained that the church often received donations, many of which were artworks. These pieces were typically sold at auctions. The nun directed them to the auction house where the painting had been sold. When William and Lily arrived at the auction house, they met the owner, who provided them with the name of the buyer, Jonathan O'Brien. The man also gave them Jonathan's address. Without delay, William and Lily set off for Jonathan's home. During the drive, Lily noticed something in the sketch William had drawn at the park. The flowers in his painting were identical to those in the portrait sent to the museum. Curious, Lily asked William about the type of flowers he had included in his artwork. Soon, they arrived at Jonathan's house. When William and Lily met Jonathan, he was stunned by Lily's appearance. He couldn't believe that the woman standing before him looked exactly like the one in the painting he had sent to America. Moments later, they sat down, and Jonathan shared the story behind the painting. He explained that his late wife had asked him to send the painting to the museum. During their lives together, Jonathan and his wife had visited the museum and created beautiful memories there. It was revealed that sending the painting had been her way of honoring those moments. Later, in the park, Lily confronted William about why he had painted her. She was now certain that William was the artist she had been searching for, as the flowers in his painting matched those in the portrait. William confessed that since he was 8 years old, he had been haunted by the vague image of a woman in his dreams. Over time, her face became clearer, and as a teenager, he finally sketched her. He had never met anyone who resembled her until he saw Lily at the post office. William had painted her purely from the image in his mind, never imagining she was real. Lily was baffled as to why William hadn't told her the truth earlier, feeling that she had wasted so much time searching for the artist. With the truth revealed, it was only natural for Lily to return to America. However, William poured out his feelings for her. Lily hesitated, fearing that his emotions might only be tied to the dream he had carried for so long. William reassured her, and in that moment, they shared a kiss. Despite this, Lily decided to leave. Before returning to America, she said her goodbyes to Saoirse and William. At that moment, William told Lily that what had happened between them wasn't a mistake, but a genuine expression of his feelings. Yet, Lily remained firm in her decision and flew back home. After Lily's departure, William tried to carry on with his daily life, but he seemed listless and uninspired. Lily, too, was not herself. Michelle noticed the change in Lily and was certain she had feelings for William, though Lily tried to hide them. Meanwhile, Saoirse, as William's older sister, urged him to fight for his love. She reminded him that their meeting was fate and that if he wanted to be with the woman he loved, he couldn't just wait in Ireland. He had to go after her. At the museum, Michelle hung Lily's portrait on the wall. She remarked that the painting clearly showed how much the artist loved Lily. Michelle suggested that this might be Lily's second chance at happiness after her first marriage. She believed it was God's way of giving Lily a new beginning with William. Lily, however, felt it was too late, convinced she had hurt William too deeply before leaving. Not long after, a colleague brought Lily a bouquet of flowers from a man. Recognizing the flowers, Lily rushed outside. There, she found William waiting for her. Overwhelmed with joy, Lily admitted how much she had missed him and how she feared he might not forgive her. William took the opportunity to declare his love once more. He told her he couldn't bear to lose her and that he wanted her to be happy with him. To William, Lily was more than just a dream. She was the woman he loved most in the world. In the end, they embraced and shared a kiss, bringing the story to a heartfelt close. Moral lesson from the story: if your boss insists you fly to another country to solve a mystery, just say yes. You might find love, free food, and a guy who's been painting your face since he was 8. Also, never trust a post office without computers. It's probably hiding a romantic destiny.